Hello guys. Yeah, that's a cup of tea, it's a stereotype. And what? It seems like my last video on Man Sounds of Fate was pretty much the worst film I've ever done. So whatever film I'm going to do now is going to be a fucking masterpiece. So we're going to go back to the 80s and review Alright, I'm doing that film. Straight trash. Fucking straight trash.
Straight Trash is a film, and the name of that film is Straight Trash.
Review. Done. Oh yeah, great. That was funny. Dislike.
I'm just kidding. I love you and Johnny. I mean, Straight Trash. So we start the film off with our lovable bum. Am I even allowed to say lovable bum? Okay. Lovable homeless person, Fred, and he sneaks into the shop to get some booze. Standard.
Shit, drop that bottle.
Ooh, I feel a Benny Hill style theme song coming along, and I'm going to use that. Sorry about this. Hello. Yeah, I was just in the middle of videoing. Yeah, I was going to use the Benny Hill theme song. Just going to use it for the chat. Right. Okay, so you're saying that I can't use it? Yeah, I know what you mean. There is a lot of people out there on the internet that have already done that. Yeah. But once if I did use it, you know, once if I wanted to... Right, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want that. No, not that either. No. Okay. Right then, I'm just gonna finish off the. Yeah. Okay then. Okay. All right. Right. Bye. Seems that I'm not allowed to use that song for the video. Okay. Yeah.
So Fred keeps on running and eventually nabs some dollars off some people. I don't know how. Before being cornered by two people that were chasing him, so he runs into an hotel, where we get to see some lovely 80s bush.
You know what, sometimes I'm glad I'm a 90s child. At least then, I wouldn't look like I was shagging Velcro.
So Fred jumps into the back of a garbage truck and it starts compressing or something, I don't know. And he forgets to leave his dollar inside the garbage truck, and it drives away. So now we get to talk about the director of this film, fucking Jim Murrow.
And I promise you guys have heard of this motherfucker before, and probably not even realised it. Fast and Furious, Riddick, Terminator 2, Rush Hour 2. He was a Steadicam holder for all of those films. How have the mighty have fallen. But then again, saying that, there is a few actors I can think of, and directors that have had a dirty past. Peter Jackson.
So we cut to a random liquor shop and a guy struggling to find some stock, but he accidentally finds a crate of Viper, which he doesn't really know what it is, but he knows it's 60 years old.
Stuff's about 60 years old.
See, I'm not making it up. Why would you think I would? Don't care anyway.
So Fred walks into this shop and, not having much money, wants to buy the cheapest thing. And the cheapest thing there is that Viper. Could somebody explain to me that alcohol decreases in value the older it gets? Or is it the other way around? I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. So Fred ends up jacking the bottle and some guy in a wheelchair knocks over loads of boxes, causing a distraction. I don't know if this was planned or not, but the guy's actually disabled, so I feel quite bad laughing at the fact that he's knocked it over. So we cut to a crossroads in the middle of the street and loads of homeless people are wiping the windows. And this is the main bad guy. He's an horrible cunt. He carries a knife made out of bones. That's all I know about him, to be brutally honest with you.
Well, to be fair, homeless people are just people that don't have a home to call their own. That maybe he's a bit down on luck, or he's lost some family members, or... Actually, fuck him, he's the villain.
I hate to see him pissing his life away in them goddamn computers.
Fuck you!
And he ends up robbing his bottle of Viper off him. I mean, fucking hell. It's like a Russian doll set. Somebody robs off someone and somebody robs off somebody else. And for no reason whatsoever, one of the older homeless people comes over and kicks the living shit out of Fred. What's going on with this film?
Okay, so we know the Viper's a bit of a weird thing, but I actually wonder what its effects were, like what does it actually do to somebody to consume it? Well, I wasn't expecting that. Good thing they're not eating him, because then they'll have to eat me. Oh, I'm not going to do that reference now.
So, yeah. Melt people. So we cut to this lady having an argument with a fat scrapyard. Like, wait a minute. That's Pat Ryan. Fucking, it was in Toxic Avenger. Whoa.
Is it bad that it took me till editing to work out who he actually was?
Oh, why your sense of humor, boy? I lost it when Wizzy kicked me in the ass. Aw, and he got my fucking bottle of Viper, man. Wait, he didn't get it. Holly got it.
These are the type of actors I fucking love. The ones who just don't give a shit.
So we cut to the liquor shop yet again, and another homeless person is buying some more Viper. Is it me, or is only homeless people shopping at this liquor shop? I mean, eventually they're going to run out of money, if they had any in the first place. So they all Bill are lying about, and then we get introduced to a cop called Bill, who says that he's really pissed off with that Bronson dude, the one who randomly threw somebody against a window screen.
Oh, I must have left the camera. Sorry, I'll just...
Whoa! Hey! Hold!
My God, Jack!
Give me some breathing. Get the fuck back.
God damn it, 80s, what's with you on all the toxic meltiness? Now I want a cheese grill, and now you do that I've mentioned it. Cheers for that.
So Bronson's bees a dick for no reason, kicks a random homeless person and threatens everybody else. What I don't understand is why all these don't just turn on him. I mean, there's only one of him, and as if he's got a family or friends to back him up.
I mean, this film's got a really dark undertone, and for some reason you just feel out of place watching it. It's kind of unique, to be honest. I've never had a film experience like that. Oh wait, I have. Every single film I've watched on this fucking series so far.
So we go back to the junkyard, and Fred's little brother has gave Bert some money to go and get him something to eat. $3 to feed 3 people. Okay then.
Bert, you sausage. That looks nothing like KFC. I mean, you can carry on eating those watermelons. I mean, yeah, there's no racism around here. Yeah, no racism whatsoever. Ain't no how.
So while Fred and Co are eating, we find out why Bronson's fucked up in the head. It's because he was in Nam, so we decide to throw some grenades and wakes up everybody in the scrapyard. And can I ask, where does a homeless person get grenades from? So Fred goes for a walk by this restaurant for some strange reason, and a woman's puking her guts up. And she thinks he's somebody else, so she allows him to take her back to his place and fuck her basically.
But then this happens. But then they take off with her and rape her. When did this film turn into I spit in your grave with people with beards that stink of piss?
So we join up with Pat Ryan and what?
Oh no, straight trash. You're not content with rape and murder. You decide to go into bestiality. What's wrong with you?
No, silly. He doesn't fuck the dog, but he finds the dead body of the woman that was raped and murdered and decides to have sex with that.
Oh right. So not only all those, but also necrophilia. Classy film. Just fucking classy.
On a bit of a roll, with Straight Trash. Oh, that's not the best of it. There's a fight with Fred and Bronson, and some guy pisses on Bronson, so he cuts off his cock and starts chucking it around the scrapyard, like an American football in the room. Really? Is this what the film's come to? Cocks being thrown around the entire scrapyard? Well, I for one am appalled.
Well, the list just keeps going. You're not content with rape, murder, necrophilia, bestiality, but also you like to show a decapitated penis being thrown in a junkyard for about 10 minutes. Just film, you're as classy as a woman farting in somebody else's face.
So Fred's taking a piss and the hitman decides to try and kill him. I don't know why the hitman's out for a homeless person, you tell me. But the police officer, that I guess is the good guy in this film, starts fighting him. So then the police officer goes to the scrapyard to fight Bronson, which he wanted to do in the first place but he never had the chance to. Picks up this woman and throws her against something and Bronson murders him. What's going on? Seriously, film?
Can somebody tell me who was supposed to be supporting in this film? I mean, Fred brought a defenceless woman to a scrapyard where she was killed and raped. Bronson threw somebody through a windshield just because they were looking at him funny. The police officer, well, he's murdered now, who gives a shit? But we've only saw him in 2 scenes, he's fucked off. Who else is there to support in this film? This film doesn't even know who it likes, let alone how I'm supposed to know what. Fucking like, can't get my words out.
Well, not before we watch one more homeless person explode instead of melt. When did that change? So just as Freddy's about to get some lovey long time, Bronson comes in screaming his head off, wanting to kill Freddy's brother for any reason? Nah. So they're chasing for the entire scrapyard with all the spare parts and, well, this happens.
What the fuck did you throw at me?
I'll squash you into wet flesh, you little fuckworm.
That's right, nothing. Bronson is not affected by that whatsoever. Everybody else melted or exploded. Bronson, because he's the bad guy, completely unharmed. I love it when films do this. I'm being so sarcastic you can't even realise right now.
So Bronson's about to kill Fred, and Fred's brother's sitting in the corner being a pussy, but then he mans up and hits the nozzle off a compressed gas canister, I don't know, and it flies through the air and takes his head clean off, and so with his body. So they all huddle together and the end credits?
Well, that was Straight Trash. A bit of an abrupt end, but believe it or not, I actually like this film.
I mean, I didn't like this film because of the acting. I mean, fuck now. I mean, have you saw the acting? I mean, it's one of those late 1980s cheesy films that you just enjoy watching. I mean, it's so sleazy, it nearly fell out my monitor while I was watching it. It's just one of those films that, I don't know, you can just enjoy, but then afterwards people are like, why did you enjoy that? I guess it's my personal preference on films. I must have a thing for bad films, if you didn't already know.
So, fucking Straight Trash. What can I say about it? At least in this review I won't have to remove the video 10 days after uploading it, like in Toxic Avenger. I have my reasons. But the thing is though, this film is just bad, but funny kind of bad. I spent £1 on it at CEX in the UK. I'll call it Kex because people say sex is really offensive, but still. £1 for this, I'm not going to moan. I'm just hoping that the next film I'm going to do is, why do I always say there's a next film I'm going to review? Why don't I just shut up? If I shut up then I won't have to build myself up. Next film's Black Shoe. Oh no, I'll give it away!